Special Operations Forces have always relied on high-tech capabilities such as advanced weaponry, sensors, and satellite communications to complete their highly specialized missions around the world. I'm Barry Rosenberg, your host and contributing editor to Breaking Defense. Today we're going to talk about how Special Forces are using these advanced capabilities and how they're developed by industry. We are joined by John Baylouny, Chief Operating Officer of Leonardo DRS. John has long made his career developing new technologies for Special Forces like electro-optical infrared systems, lasers, and electronic warfare. John, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Barry. Good morning.
So John, we know that Special Forces need these technologies, but how do we know what exactly they need? And how do we know how long that these technologies will remain relevant in the field?
Barry, our experience with the Special Operations Forces community tells us that they use a very wide aperture to find new technologies that could help them in their missions. We understand and appreciate that the soft forces need to acquire and try out and field new technologies and see and get real user feedback from the soldiers to determine not only whether those technologies are useful on the battlefield, but how they might be used on the battlefield. They're very fast. They want to find new technologies. They want to find them quickly. They want to be able to put them to use very quickly, and that benefits the QRC and the JUONS type contracting processes favor that kind of speed, and DRS's agility and speed helps them accomplish those missions. But we also understand that when they find something that works, they're going to use it for quite a while until their mission set changes or the enemy changes their mission set. But if they find something that doesn't work, we know that that's going to the sidelines.
We've seen Special Forces use these technologies on an asymmetric battlefield to a greater extent than ever before. Now they need to transition more to a great power conflict. How does the capabilities developed for an asymmetric battlefield transition to the great power conflict against China and Russia?
Yeah, I think so, Barry. Unfortunately, our enemies are many and diverse, and they constantly adapt to new capabilities that the soft forces have to bring to the fight. They apply commercial technologies and technologies that they could get their hands on, military technologies they can get their hands on. Our soft community has to be able to counter that. And sometimes that means taking some commercial technology and adapting military product to enhance both sides. So I do think the asymmetric battlefield is different than a large-scale conflict.
Special Forces have long been considered the incubator for new technologies because of the extreme ways they use them around the world. How is Leonardo DRS using feedback from soft forces in the field to improve on the technologies?
First of all, one of the ways that we use to do this is really provide the soft community with the very best that we can, and then we listen. Okay, it's very important for us to stop transmitting our messages and receive and listen to our customers. How are they using the technology? What could make it better? How can we adapt it to make it better? How can we make them be more successful at their mission? If they're successful at their mission, we'll be successful in our mission and supporting them. So the listening is a very big part of this, of the lessons that we've learned with the soft community. Those problems are often compounded by acquisition timelines being so lengthy. And so it's really important for us to learn our lessons in how quickly we can adapt to technologies. How can we listen to the adaptation and the feedback that we get from our customers and adapt the technology as quickly as possible?
John, so what do you expect next generation technologies to look like that Special Operations Forces will be using in the near future?
I could answer this question many different ways. I could tell you that an artificial intelligence, machine learning, or quantum sensing, the things that we're working on in the back rooms, will change the battlefield. But the truth is that the enemy is going to have a vote here, and they're going to be they're going to drive the missions, the locations, environments. They're going to drive the technologies that we need, that our soft community needs to be able to adapt and fight those battles. Some of the enabling technologies are increasing technology, increasing capability, EOIR, hyperspectral or SIGINT technologies, all of which we work on. Those are all very good examples of technology that could be used. But again, the enemy has a vote here. The soft community understands that fact very much. So we listen more than we talk. What technologies do you need? In the background, we're working on those other technologies that are going to potentially break ground in the future and make the soft community better. But we've got to offer them as choices, but we can't push them.
GPS was one of the first breakout technologies used and proven by special forces. What about AI, John? Right now, they're making some introductory efforts into using the technology for the specialized missions around the world. Do you envision a time where special forces experience will soon translate into greater use by AI by the larger military?
I do see that AI will change the soft warriors mission eventually. There has to be some ground truth that the soft warrior needs to see. So there's going to be a certain level of mistrust initially. They're going to need to see unfiltered information, unprocessed information, as well as processed information. That's where AI is going to start infiltrating the soft community's tool set. I can certainly see that AI is going to change the way the soft warrior makes decisions. But they're going to need some element of ground truth. They're going to need to see unfiltered data as well as processed data to be able to make decisions. So I can see AI taking a step forward in little bites as the soft community starts trusting that technology more and more.
Electronic warfare is a domain not usually associated with special forces. Why is electronic warfare an important capability for SOF?
Well, for so long, the U.S. has been focused on the asymmetric enemy. Our near-peer threats have not stood still. They've been working in electronic warfare for many years, decades, and perfected elements of electronic warfare that we have not. So we have to do some catching up. But the command of the electromagnetic spectrum is just one element of the battlefield, and it's an important element of the battlefield. Being denied communications or being able to deny communication or intercept communications of our enemy is an important role for any of our forces, including the soft community. DRS is focused on delivering capabilities, discriminating capabilities in very lightweight packages to be able to help control the electromagnetic spectrum, including cyber, EW, SIGINT, and so forth in space. And these are going to be very important elements of the battlefield in the future.
John, thank you. This has been a great and interesting look at how industry is working with special forces to get them the technologies they need. To learn more about special forces from Leonardo DRS, please visit your Tech Expo at www.leonardodrs.com/special-forces-virtual-tech-expo. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.